Girl Scout Cadet Badge, New Cuisines. Page 1. Culinary possibilities are as diverse as the globe of people who cook them. Wherever you go in the world, a version of your pocket bread holds something delicious, and your sweet tooth can be satisfied with everything from date syrup to longberry jam. In this badge, cook up 4 dishes from across time and distance, and find out where your taste buds want to travel. Steps. Step 1. Make a dish from another country. Step 2. Create a dish from another region of the United States. Step 3. Whip up a dish from another time period. Step 4. Cook a dish that makes a statement. Step 5. Share your dishes on a culinary tour. Purpose. When I've earned this badge, I'll be able to make amazing dishes from all over the world and way back in time. Page 2. Tips before takeoff. This badge is all about new cuisine, so choose dishes you've never tried before. Make it a menu. If each dish you choose in steps 1 to 4 works as a separate course, you can have a new cuisine feast in step 5. Example: appetizer, Indian samosas; beverage, southern sweet tea; entree, stir-fry black bean tofu and broccoli; dessert, truffle. Step 1. Make a dish from another country. Thai food is often spiced with lemongrass and hot chilies. In Japan, some people breakfast on pickled plum stuffed rice balls or miso soup. Ethiopians often use a delicious flat bread to scoop up lentils or veggies. Expand your palate and your culinary repertoire by going international in this step. No passport needed. Choices. Do 1. Cook something from an area of the world you're curious about. Find a cookbook with recipes from that place and pick a dish that looks yummy. Or call a travel agency and ask for a favorite dish from the area. For more fun, let the world atlas fall open to a page. Or spin a globe and see where your finger lands. Then cook a recipe from that place. Or find a relative, friend, or neighbor who's an immigrant and ask that person for a personal recipe that represents their country of origin and cook it with them. Or let a particular ingredient be your tour guide. Check out the international selection of a grocery store or an international specialty store for an ingredient, a spice, a dried fruit, or a canned good. Make a dish that uses that ingredient. When you find a recipe, ask yourself these questions. Can I find the ingredients? Is there a good substitute for anything that's hard to find? Will I need special equipment? How will I learn any specific cooking techniques? Do I want to adjust any ingredients to better fit my approach to healthy living? Page 4. Step 2. Discover a dish from another region of the United States. Southern barbecue, New England clam chowder, Tex-Mex tacos, Native American fry bread. This step will take you on a stateside road trip without leaving your kitchen. Choices. Do 1. Put together a meal based on a food-related news story. Find a story about another region in the United States. It could be about shrimp fishing in Louisiana or apple orchards in Washington state. Use that story to inspire the dish you choose. For more fun, write a short piece on the dish, take a picture, and submit it and a recipe to a local newspaper from the area that inspired you. Or research and cook a regional specialty that's become a cultural phenomenon. The Toll House cookie was invented at the Toll House Inn in Boston. The Cobb salad came from a lucky accident with leftovers at the original Brown Derby restaurant in Hollywood. Or find out how well you know your region. Visit the local history center or library, or ask an elderly community member for a recipe from your hometown that's become a phenomenon, or needs your help to gain popularity. Cook it. Did you match the local standard for phenomenal? Does it taste like you expected it to? Page 5. Step 3. Whip up a dish from another time period. Scour the past for a tasty dish, and cook up a piece of history. Choices. Do 1. Try a recipe inspired by a historical book or movie. Did you read Little House on the Prairie and wonder what head cheese was? Or watch The Sound of Music and really want to try a Viennese pastry? For more fun, make up a recipe for a fantasy food from your favorite fantasy novel. Or ask a grandparent or other relative for an old family recipe. Get their help to make it. What was your grandmother's favorite pasta? Did your great uncle love anything with tomatoes? Is there a favorite dish at every family gathering? Learn to make a recipe that's been passed down in your family. Or pick a piece of the past that excites you. Find a classic recipe from that time and place. It might be from the Renaissance, pirate lore, Juliet Lowe's time, or the Wild West. Where and why was this recipe served? Maybe you can find out what it was supposed to taste like back then to know how your version compares. Page 6. Step 4. Cook a dish that makes a statement. The food that's on your plate sends a message. Your choices about health, convenience, the environment, and religion all show up in what you choose to eat. Choices. Do 1. Take a processed food you love and make a homemade version. It might be packaged gingerbread, a cream-filled cupcake, or a ruffled potato chip. Compare your ingredients with the list on the package. Knowing where your food comes from can be a challenge, especially if the package has a list of chemical ingredients that seem 10 miles long. Or, choose a veggie protein and make a recipe that features it. What about tofu, tempeh, seitan, or beans and rice? Or, look at how vegan creativity has sparked some delicious baked goods that substitute plant-based ingredients for dairy, eggs, and even honey. Think about dark chocolate chips, applesauce, soy milk, or black beans in your brownie mix. For more fun, take your favorite cake or cookie recipe and make it vegan. Or try a recipe for a special diet. Ask a friend, neighbor, or family member who follows a special nutritional plan or diet for a recipe. You might try a kosher kugel, gluten-free bread, or a raw food feast. Raw foodists eat only vegetables, nuts, seeds, and fruits that have never been heated above 115 degrees Fahrenheit. For more fun, take a favorite dish and make it fit a Pacific diet. What substitution would you make in a PB&J sandwich to feed to someone who has a peanut allergy? Page 7. Step 5. Share your dishes on a culinary tour. What's the point of having newfound knowledge, especially in the cooking area, if you're going to keep it to yourself? Time to share. Get feedback too. That's how you keep on cooking. Choices. Do 1. Throw a potluck party. Pick one of the themes from steps 1 to 4 and ask guests to bring something that fits the bill. Or, your friends and Girl Scout sisters could throw a potluck in which every person brings a favorite dish. For more fun, as girls did in the 1980 Exploring Foods badge, add a tasting party to your potluck. Select 2 or 3 foods from each food group. Pick unusual foods so everyone gets to taste something they've never eaten before. Or, host a new cuisine party. Cook up the entire meal for your friends or your family. Create a menu for a feast based on one or all of the dishes you made in steps 1 to 4. Or hold a progressive dinner with friends or your Girl Scout troop. Have each person cook one part of the meal. Choose dishes you made for this badge or others from steps 1 to 4. Then go from home to home, progressing through dinner, from appetizer all the way through dessert. For more fun, use your progressive dinner to honor Girl Scout volunteers, moms or dads, on Mother's Day or Father's Day, or to celebrate something special. This concludes the new Cuisines badge.